Okay, what we're in for today is division. Okay, so let's start with something simple so we don't confuse. So if I say 4 divided by 1, when I say 4 divided by 1, I am saying how many ones in 4. Okay, so if I do that by counting 4 sticks out, the bunch of ones in 4 is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 divided by 1 is just 4. 4 divided by 2, okay, if I count 4 sticks out, I am asking for the bunch of 2's in 4. That's a bunch of 2, and that's a bunch of 2. There are 2 bunches of 2 in 4, so 4 divided by 2 is 2. 4 divided by 3, okay, count a bunch of 4 up. Now, we want to check how many 3's are in 4, bunches of 3. There's only one bunch of 3 in 4, with a remainder of 1 sitting on its own. So 4 divided by 3 is one bunch of 3, remainder 1. Okay, now let's take it further. 4 divided by 5. Okay, count 4. How many bunch of 5's are in 4? None. You can't get a bunch of 5 in 4. So that's basically, there is no bunch of 5 in 4. So there's 0. Let's use times tables to do the same thing we did with the counting sticks. Okay? We deal with 4 divided by 1. Let's call this A. Let's call this B. So we're going to create a times table for the number above B, which is 1. So we start from the top. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 3, 3. 1 times 4 is 4. And 1 times 5 is 5. So we stop there. Okay? Now, we're going to call this column here our C column. Column here, D column. And column here, E column. Okay? Now, if we look at our E column, okay, to solve 4 divided by 1, first thing we did was create a multiplication table for 1, okay. The second thing we do is we go into the answers column, which is E, and we pick the number that's equal to 4, okay. If there is no answer equal to 4, we go for the number that's just less than 4. In this case, we have a number that's equal to 4, so that's that line. Okay? So now, when we say 4 divided by 1, our answer to that is from column D on that line, which is 4, and our remainder, okay, is our A, number above A, which is 4, minus our answer E, which is also 4. So that's 4, remainder 0, which is just equal to 4. Okay? That's using times table to do 4 divided by 1. Okay? 4 divided by 2 is times table. Remember, calling this A, calling this B. Now for the number above B, we create a times table. So 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. Label our columns. This is our C column. This is our D column. And this is our E column, where our answers are. Now, remember, 4 divided by 2. So we want to pick the line that has an answer that's equal to 4. If we don't see an answer equal to 4, we have to pick the line with the answer just less than 4. In this case, we have a line that has an answer equal to 4, so we pick that line. Now, our answer for 4 divided by 2 comes from column D on that line, which is 2, and our remainder is the number above A, which is 4, minus the answer on that line, which is also 4. So that's 2, remainder 0, which is just 2. Okay, so 4 divided by 2 is 2, as we found with the stick method. Okay, now you can try the 4 divided by 3, and I'll show you how it goes. Call that our A, call that our B. Okay, our B number, we have to create the 3 times table. 3 times 1, 3, 3 times 2, 6. Now, this is our C column, and this is our D column, and this is our E column. Okay, now we have to find a line that has an answer equal to 4. If we don't see equal to 4, that's the number above A, we then have to find a number that's just less than 4. In this case, that's 3. So we take this line. Our answer is then on column D on that line. That's 1. And our remainder is basically our number above A, which is 4, minus our answer on line E, which is 3. Sorry, column E, which is 3. So that's 1, remainder, 4 minus 3, 1. So if we're going to do 12 divided by 3, we're going to be using something called the bus stop or the long division method. Okay, now we put the second number on the outside, the first number, put it on the inside. Okay, now we pick 3 to divide first number first, so that's 1 divided by 3. Now, How many 3's are in 1? That's impossible because 3 is bigger than 1. So that's 0 3's in 1. Okay? Okay. Now once we do that, then we move on to using both numbers. Okay? We then go, how many 3's in 12? So we create a times table for the number that's dividing. That's 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. And 3 times 4 is 12. So we've got a perfect match. So 3 times 4 being 12, we pick our answer, okay, from column D, which is 4, okay, and so we put 4 up here, okay, so that's how many 3's in 12, that's 4 up there. Now to check how many remainders, we take the answer from column E, we put it down here, and we subtract. So when we subtract 12 minus 12, we get zeros. So that means we can stop. 12 divided by 3 is equal to the numbers up here, which is 0, 4, or you can just call that 4. Okay? Okay. So 72 divided by 3. Okay, so we're going to try the boss stop method, or some people like to call it the long division method. So the number on the right goes outside, the number on the left goes on the inside, 72. Okay, so we start with this number here, 7. So we then say 7 divided by 3. You can use the sticks method. I'm going to stick to the multiplication table method. So we create 3 times 1, that's 3. 3 times 2, 6. 3 times 3, 9. So from this, we need to pick from the column, answers column E, what number is a 7. So we don't have a 7. So our next best thing is to pick the smallest number closest to 7, which is 6. So we pick this line. Now our answer for the number of 3's in 7 is in column D. So that's 2. We put 2 above 7 here. Okay. And then we take the answer from column E, 6, put it on the 7, and we subtract 7 minus 6, 1. Okay. We're not done. We still have a 2 here. We bring that down to be considered with 1. So that's 12. Now, we want 12 divided by 3. So I'm just going to continue the 3 times table. Okay. So, surprise, surprise, 3 times 4 is 12. So, under the D column again, the number of 3's in 12 is 4. So we put that above the 2. And on the E column, we take that answer, 12, and then we subtract So we get 0 and 0. Okay, so we stop there. So 72 divided by 3 is the answer here, which is 24. Okay, 108 divided by 9. So I have 9 on the outside. We have 108 on the inside. First things first, we deal with the 1. Okay, number of, so that's 1 divided by 9. The number of 9s in 1, 9 is bigger than 1, so that's not possible. So we put 0 there. And so we deal with 10. Okay, so we then go 10 divided by 9. Okay, create the multiplication table. 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 2 is 18. Okay, so we couldn't get 10 in the E column of answers, so we have to look for the number that's smaller than 10, closest number that's smaller than 10, which is 9. So we pick this line here, and so the number of 9s in 10 is picked from column D, which is 1. So we put that 1 here, and then we take the answer from column E on that line, 9. And so we subtract 9 from 10, we have 1. Okay, so we bring down our 8 for 18. Now the second one is then 18 divided by 9, and surprise, surprise, it's already here. Okay, perfectly equal to 18, so we pick this line here for 18 divided by 9. The number of 9s in 18 is on column D, which is 2. We put that above 8, and our answer E, 18, we put it down here and subtract, surprise, zeros, so we stop there. So 108 divided by 19 is the answer up here. 012, which is the same as just 12. So 108 divided by 19 is 12. Now, 324 divided by 6. Okay, now over here, 6 on the outside, 324 on the inside. No panic, same process. Start with 3. 3 divided by 6. Okay, 6 is bigger than 3, so that you can't find 6s and 3s, so that's 0. Now we move on to 32. Okay, now we have 32 divided by 6. Create the multiplication table. 6 times 1, 6. 6 times 2, 12. 6 times 3, is 18. 6 times 4 is 24. Remember, I'm just adding an extra 6 to the answers. 6 times 5 is 30. And 6 times 6 is 36. We stop there. Now, this is our column E of answers. This is our column D. Now, we have to find the number on column E. What line is 32? Since we have no 32, we have to find the number on column E that's smaller than 32 but closest to it, which is 30. So we take this line. Now, for the number of 6's in 32, we pick from column D, which is 5. We put that above 32, above the 2, that's a 5, and we take the answer in column E as 30, and we subtract. 32 divided minus 30 is 2. Now we bring down the 4, and what we have next is 24 divided by 6. I don't need to create the times table again, same 6 times table, and surprise, we have a line that's actually equal to 24 right here. So we pick from the D column, okay, for the number of 6's in 24, which is just 4, put that above 4 there, and we take the answer in the E column of 24, and we subtract, and we end up with 0 and 0, so we stop there. 324 divided by 6 is a number at the top here called 054, or we can drop the 0 at the front for just 54. Something more complicated. Now, no panic is necessary. $22 on the outside, $770 on the inside. Okay, pick the first number first. Okay, 7 divided by 22. 7 is smaller than 22, so there's not enough. You can't find a bunch of 22's in 7, so that's 0. Next thing, we pick 77, both numbers, divided by 22. We go straight to the times table. Remember, you don't have to know the times table, just be able to create it. 22 times 1, the easiest, will remain 22. 22 times 2, for the answer column, just add another extra 22, so that makes 44. 22 times 3, add another 22, 66. 22 times 4, add another 22, makes 88. So, we have to look in the answer column for 77. We don't have that, so we then pick the number that's less than and closest to 77. So that would be 66. So we pick that line. So now we go to column D, and that's the number on that line, that's the number of 22s in 77, which is 3. we put that above the second 7 there, and then we take the answer in column E, 66, and we subtract. In that case, we get 11. Okay, so we bring down our remaining 0. That's 110. So now we need 110 divided by 22. Okay, so we need to keep on creating. So we go on to 22 times 5. So add another extra 22 to 88. Surprise, surprise, that makes 110. Okay, so to find that's perfectly matched with 110 here at the top. So the number of 22s in 110 will be in the column D, which is 5, so we put that above 0, and we take the answer on that line in column D. Okay, it relates to that. Take that answer, put it here, and we subtract. And that gives us zeros. So our answer is 035, the top here, which we can just call 35. Okay, a little bit more complicated, but this is where we'll leave it. 1460 divided by 34. Once again, no panic. The number on the right goes on the outside. The number on the left goes on the inside. Okay, start with 1. 1 divided by 34. 34 is bigger than 1, so there are no 34s in 1, so that's a 0. Okay, put two numbers together, 14. So 14 divided by 34. 34 is still bigger than 14, so another 0 above 4. We go to 1, 4, and 6. So 146 divided by 34. Now the show begins. Create a multiplication table for 34. Times 1 is 34. 34 times 2. Add another 34, 68. 34 times 3. Add another 34. You get 102. Thirty-four times 4. You add another 34. You get 136. And you add another 34 to 34 times 5. And you get that 170. Okay, now we want to find 146. Unfortunately, from column E, there is no 146, so we have to pick the smallest number closest to 146, which is this line here. Okay, so to find the number of 34s in 146, we have to go to column D. Okay, so that's 4 in here. So we take that 4, put it here, and we take the answer in column E from that line, 136, put it below, and we subtract. So that gives us 10. So we bring down our remaining 2. So now we have 102 divided by 34. So we go back to the times table. We try to find a number that's 102. Oh, surprise, there is one here. So to pick the number of 34s in 102, we go to column D. On that line, 3. We put that above 2. And we take the answer in column E from that line, 102. And we subtract. We have 3 zeros, or just 0. So we can stop. 1462 divided by 34 is the answer here, which we can just say by dropping the zeros in front is just 43. Okay, you've been listening to the Math Zone. Thank you very much, and until next time.